Ariel Helwani versus Dillon Danis. One of the more interesting feuds of 2022, which, by the way, is spilling over into 2023. Now, I can't talk about Dillon's business. I just can't. I want him to. I'll be a voice to do it if he chooses, but it's still his business. I will tell you one thing. I'm going to set something down and I'm going to walk away from it. You don't know why he pulled out of the fight. You do not know why he is not boxing KSI. You just think that you do. Now, hold that thought. Not even defending him. I'm making a factual statement, and I am right, and you don't know. Now, Ariel Helwani has sunk his teeth into Dillon for reasons that I don't know. Like, Ariel is confrontational and he is combative, but he has done that from day one. It is one of the secret ingredients. It is a key to Ariel's charm. Oh my God, I had no idea I would be offending you. Remember the stuff he used to do to Rampage? Remember the stuff he used to do to Diaz? While acting like I cannot believe that bothered you, right? It was a key ingredient. Ariel, to heck with it as it pertains to Dillon Danis. I mean, these two, and by the way, I don't know that I agree with Ariel. Like, they make really good TV. They are really interesting. Ariel did this piece, and he was so upset he didn't even want the piece out. The piece did like 1 million views. It was awesome. It had 4 or 5 different takes. I don't watch the same interview twice, and I'm sure that you guys can relate to that, unless it's really something special. I rewound that thing. Then I had people that were texting it to me, and other people that were texting me to, and they're saying, go to 2 minutes and 19 seconds. I mean, right, like there was specific parts. It was great. But great apparently is not enough, because Ariel is still just annoyed. He's just annoyed with the whole process. Now, Scott Coker goes on Ariel's show. Scott Coker has a contract with Dillon Danis. And you guys not knowing why Dillon Danis and KSI isn't taking place, it is a problem for Dillon. And for Dillon's own reasons, he doesn't think it's appropriate right now. He would like for KSI and this other gentleman and Misfits, he would like them to go and do well. He wishes them well. He just doesn't want to interfere or get some of the headlines right now, and he's taking it, right? I mean, he's getting piled on. So Dillon went to Scott Coker and said, I would like a fight. Scott Coker is telling Ariel this, and Ariel's saying, man, at what point do you say, and this is a quote, go bother somebody else? Now, when Ariel says that, what Ariel is meaning to say is, at what point do you no longer believe that he is sincere? And when you fail to believe that he's sincere, at what point do you stop putting time and resources into this futile effort? That is what Ariel was saying. Now, Coker was a gentleman, and Coker did laugh. As a matter of fact, he even told Ariel, that's funny. But Coker then did say, we have a contract with him, and we will honor the contract. But like anybody, it's up to him. Does he want to do this, and does he want to fight? So I'm just watching this feud from the outside. I'm watching this Ariel. I mean, if I had a perfect scenario for me from an entertainment standpoint, Dillon would march right back in to Ariel's set. He would sit right down across from him again. He'd have the hat on, he'd have the sunglasses, and he would tell his story. And Ariel can go ahead and lay into him. And I mean, Ariel's working the body. I mean, he comes at Dillon in a way that almost makes me uncomfortable. like Ariel, you're right there with the guy. There's not security in the room. Now, he's acted like a gentleman, but it does. I mean, there is a push here by Ariel, and quite frankly, it's just great TV. It really is. So keep that in mind. Reserve judgment on Dillon. You don't know why that fight's off. But secondly, Ariel and Coker have a very meaningful conversation. They got the right to have it. Ariel has the right to ask Scott Coker, who does have a contract with him, do you believe him? Is this sincere? Is this something that you would pursue? Scott Coker's got every right to be a little bit apprehensive. You check your placement of the card. You check where you're going to put. Is it something I could live without, right? If history comes and repeats itself, it was all above board and it was all fair. I just personally believe that instead of asking Scott Coker about it just for fun, I think that Ariel could ask Dillon himself. I think he could ask him and have him in studio. Maybe I'm wrong, but I hope I'm not. And if I'm not, I hope Ariel takes that step. I like seeing those two together. I like the drama. I admit, it's confrontational. But I think that you would agree with me. It's fun.